Volume of rectangular solids. So volume here of rectangular solids is just, as we say, the length times the width times the height. So let's think about this. Right, so if we were to have this really bad rectangular solid drawn, we would say this is the width, this is the length, and right here is the height. So let's think about this in a little bit different way. So say you have a cube. And it measures to have a width of 3, a length of 3, and a height of 3. So if you're to look right just at the base, which is a 3 by 3. So if we were to cut that in, imagine that was perfect, but it's not. Really, right, if you look at area, all we're doing is going 3 times 3, and we get 9, right? So this is kind of like our area. So we're going to say we're breaking it down. Well, if area is equal to 9, right, units squared, what happens with volume, right? If it's a cube, here, right, so it's 3 by 3 by 3. So what we're saying that is that each, here on the height, each, layer, or you can call it, each has 9, right? Because this has 3 by 3. This layer is 3 by 3, so that's another 9. And then this layer is 3 by 3, which is 9. So if you add up these numbers, it's equal to 27, right? They're saying there's 27 little cubes inside this big cube, right? That's what we're saying with 3 by 3 by 3. So if we're looking at the volume, we're looking at 27 units cubed. Now, the thing about that is rather than just adding up every layer, we can just go, right, 3 times 3 times 3, right? If we find the volume formula, right, length times width times the height. Well, that's also equal to 27, because 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27. So you can see how this gets us to it's just a faster way to get to it, right? Rather than doing repeated addition to add up each layer, essentially, we could just do multiplication, and that will get us to our volume. Example 1, find the volume of the load below. Well, we can see that this, volume is length times the width times the height. So our length is going to be 20, our width is 10, right? This is our length. And then our height is 5. So let's go back. So we go 20 times 10 times 5. So 20 times 10, well, that's 200 times 5, which would be 1,000. And if you aren't sure about that math, let's get our calculator. 20 times 10 times 5 equals 1,000. And this is feet cubed. So something that's really important is our units. So because it's volume, it's cubic. So it's to the third power. Because if you also think about it, you have feet, feet, and feet. So 3 feet is shown as that. Because really exponents is just to show, right? Feet to the third just means feet times feet times feet. That's what that means. Now, let's look at another example. Example 2, find the volume of the load below. So, volume, length times width times the height. Well, our length is 1 meter. Our width is 0.5 meters, and our height is 2 meters. So let's go ahead and fill this in. So we have 1 meter times 0.5 meters times 2 meters. Now let's get our calculator out. So 1 times 0.5 will just be 0.5, because anytime you multiply anything by 1, you get itself. Now times 2, and we get 1. So what is the volume for this? It's 1 cubic meter. And that would be our answer.